Okay, so 1675, good luck. So opponent 695 games, so just that little bit more than I've done. What do I want to do? I'll stick to my normal carro. I'm thinking of playing some Sicilian games as well. But I'll stick to the normal carro for now. Okay, we just take back. Okay, goes for this line. I'm going to take that and just develop. I don't want the advanced pawn push, but I'll leave my bishop behind the pawn. I'm just trying to get castled for now. We'll see. The bishop will come back though, so it could be a little bit challenging as the game goes on. Now I've got pawn up here and I've got bishop up. Knight down is going to be a bit of a problem at some point, so I think I'm going to go pawn up first. And if queen check, I can block. Goes there. Okay. I'm going to develop my bishop here to try and prepare castling. And I'll challenge that bishop in the process. Obviously it is 10-minute rapid this, so no need to try and play it too quickly. The bishop comes in over, so that might allow a move like knight up to charge again. So then take, knight takes, pawn takes, trades, something trades. Actually not that brilliant for me, I don't think that. So I'm just going to get my castling done and out of the way. Then I'll look at knight up, but I could put knight here to guard the other knight, but then obviously my bishop's loose right now. So I'm also looking at this. The bishop wants to come back here, but it gets me developed. And I'm not going anywhere else. I've got to be careful here though, because at some point the bishop might take. Okay, so he's wanting to bishop here and queen here. That's the idea. So I'm liable to push this pawn. So he does take now. So I'll need to take back. So that's the basic concept. We can see what's coming. Oh, I put the queen there. Okay, I couldn't see what's coming then. Fair enough. Now, if I take and you take here, grab a pawn, I'll lose my rook. That's no good. And I think I want the knight here rather than here, because I think this pawn's going to push down. So I'm just going to bring the knight here. One guards another. Idea, maybe this one comes in to do this. Oh, he is going for that concept. He's just going to move slower. But now aren't I in time to just take, grab the pawn? And knight guards each other. My opponent still has the light squared bishop, but I think I'm in time to do it now. That doesn't mean I should do it, but I think I should. Take, queen takes. If you go with a pawn, your king's wide open. Here, say a rook across, get the queen somewhere out the way, then pawn up. It's just one of these knights could be a bit of a problem. I guess I can drop the queen back this way. Yeah, I'm going to take. I'm just looking at trying to grab the pawn. We have to still think about it. It might be a poison pawn. It might not be worth it. But I think it is. Here, across. What do I do? What do I do? Maybe just get the queen, like I say, out the way, or drop back somewhere where one knight can guard another. I'm going to grab the pawn and then worry about where to go. Yeah, that's what he's gone for, but that's the basic concept, what might be coming. So where does my queen want to be? I'm looking at going here just so I can drop back and be defensive, but then this knight's going to need to move. Yeah, I'm going to go here. We cover the knight jump for now. We cover the square should the bishop and the queen line up. But I need to find a good square for this knight. Something like this would be nice. I played forward, so where do I go? I can come here now and hit the queen with tempo. And then maybe jump back. And that's very solid then. I like the look of that. So I'm going here just to hit the queen. And then I'm probably just going to drop back here. Probably. I could go here and see if he gives up the bishop. And I hit the pawn, hit the queen. He doesn't have to, of course. What do we want to do? Knight in, takes, knight takes. Queen across we take here, but I don't think there's any forced win. Knight here. If you take, I take back, I'm fine. If you kick the queen, I grab a pawn. You mess this up, but that feels fine. So that looks a sensible move to me, but then where's the knight going to go after this? Say you just drop back. I guess I've just got a simple move like rook across. Or I come back here and I try and just attack the king side. I'm just going to go back, trust my first instincts. It might be a mistake, that. It might be a mistake, because it'd be lovely to trade that bishop off. It would be nice. Swap a knight for a bishop would be very nice here, but I'm trying to stack the king side. Yeah, he's come over now. So do I just pile forward here? Actually, I think I'm going to go here first. So now the knight is tied down just for one move. If you take, I take the bishop. He's given up the bishop. Okay. Let's take back then. So that gets rid of that checkmate threat. So now we can just try and focus on hopefully advancing our pawns. Oh, that's a blunder. That's unlucky. That's the game over. That's unlucky. He just forgot it was covered by the extra piece. So, well, it should be game over. I guess amateur games are never over till they're actually over. So I can try and guard this pawn and push them, or I can counter, which I think I should do. Lose a pawn, gain a pawn. Yeah, I've just not to make sure I don't get careless here now. It's just a simple one move blunder, that's all it was. So I'll lose a pawn, gain a pawn, and try and line up an attack here. So we play queen over to threaten mate in 2, so you'll have to defend it. We can maybe then activate the rook, or we can activate the knight. Knight up looks sensible. I guess the queen can guard. Oh, he's not guarded it. Okay. Then we might as well take the pawn then, because we're threatening checkmate next move now. Okay, he's guarded it with the queen. So pawn up is probably sensible. Taking the pawn is probably better. Knight check. Takes, check, back, and I don't see a forced win. Knight across here cuts that defense. The knight over, and we're still threatening mate, and we're threatening to still bring the knight in. So that seems very sensible to me. So I'm going here to threaten mate in 1. So now I expect rook across. And now it's probably okay to take here, but then, is it? Actually, no. I'm going to push the pawn first to guard the pawn, and then threaten to take and keep my own pawn. So now it must be right to just take. I mean, I could try a move like knight across, but let's just grab the pawn. Maybe rook across might be okay for white here. He doesn't do it. Okay. Now, is there anything fancy? Knight up is a threat. Can he just simply take? I think he can. Takes, 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 check. That could be quite fancy. So take, here, take. The trouble is you don't have to take the rook, you can step back. So let's just take there. We'll just try and keep it simple, focus on the pawn. Oh, actually, no, I can just check, can't I? Get the queen off. That's far simpler, far less risky. Get the queen off the board. Oh, I just moved too quick, didn't see it, so now it is game over. Just moved a tad bit too quick and didn't see it there, so we get the victory there. It was just a simple one move blunder early, wasn't it? And then it's very, very difficult from there. So let's see what the engine says we did. It was 31 moves. But you can see there, yeah, my opponent's moving a lot quicker than I am. A lot quicker than I am there. So just moving a little tad bit too quick for rapid chess. So we've played it with a 94% accuracy, opponent 82, but it was really just that one move blunder, I think, was all it came down to, wasn't it? So what's the position here? So bishop takes d6 is apparently a blunder and should have taken the knight, the engine says there. Plus 1.1 or plus 0.7, but it was really the blunder here with knight to e4. Just simply didn't see that it was two pieces covering the square. Then it's just relatively comfortable after that, so there's not much else it is there, but unlucky.